Oh, I hear something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Judge.
All right, very good. All right, so 9 o'clock docket.
Oh, Judge, just so you know, so you're aware, I do have Kendra here with me. She's gonna be shadowing me just for this morning. Yes.
Okay, hi Kendra.
Hi, Judge.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready, Judge.
All right, admitting all. Good morning, folks. Please put your audio on mute until I call your case. Please put your audio on mute.
Hello?
Please put your audio on mute until I call your case. Madam Clerk, can you still hear me?
Yes, Judge, I can hear you.
All right, thank you, folks. Please put your audio on mute until I call your case. Once everybody has done that, we can begin.
No.
How do you do that?
No. Where, but you look like Mom.
Okay, folks, you all are here for traffic court. This is a pretrial conference docket, and I want to emphasize pretrial. That means this is not a trial. This is not a hearing on your traffic ticket. You'll notice that the law enforcement officer who wrote the ticket is not present. So this is not a trial. I'm not here to listen to evidence to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty of the infraction. This is a pretrial conference. Or docket. So this is an opportunity for you to resolve your case with a plea if you want to, so that you don't have to come back for a trial. So when I call your name, I will make you an offer to resolve your ticket. And then you can either accept that offer or not. That's all we're here for today. Is I'll convey the offer and you can say yes or no, and that's it. When I make you an offer, I'll just explain how that works. An offer might include a fine. For example, let's just say $250. Your offer might also include court costs. Court costs in traffic equal 103. So if your offer is $250 fine plus costs, that's a total of $353. If you accept that offer, then you have 30 days to contact the clerk of courts and do one of two things: either pay that off in full or enter into a payment plan. If you want to pay in monthly installments, that's fine, but you have to set that up with the Collier County Clerk of Courts within 30 days of today's date. Your offer might also include traffic school. If you accept an offer that includes traffic school, then you do that online. That is not done in person. And then you provide your certificate of completion to the clerk within 30 days of today's date. Okay, we have Saquon Arthur Vance. Are you here? Stephen Crow. Jason Edward, I see you here. You can unmute.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, good morning, Mr. Edward. Have you, did you hear everything I just explained?
Yes.
All right, so you understand I'll make you an offer and you tell me if you want to accept it or not, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, the offer for you is a withhold of adjudication. That means I would withhold the conviction. You're not convicted of anything. The fine is $50 plus costs.
No, thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk, when is the hearing for Mr. Edward?
Okay, Your Honor, the next hearing date I have is July 7th at 1:30.
I want to go out further from that.
Further, okay?
Yeah.
July 21st.
July 21st at 1:30. Mr. Edward, let me explain something to you and to everybody else. Our courthouse is officially reopening on June 21st. So that's a week from Monday, which means we're going to be conducting more dockets in person and fewer dockets remotely like this. I do not know, Mr. Edward, at this point, whether your hearing on the 21st will be on Zoom or in person. I may not even be the presiding judge. What I do know is that you will receive notice in advance. So you'll know before that date, okay? So it will either be on Zoom or in person. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Edward. You're free to sign off. Have a great day.
Okay, July 21st at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. Next, we have Joshua Fuchs. How about Stephanie Nickel?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Good morning, Miss Nickel.
Good morning.
Did you hear everything I explained earlier?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've got 2 tickets. I'm going to start with the easier one. That's 21 TR 10917. And I know that's a driving on a suspended license ticket, which you have fixed. Your license is now valid, so that ticket is dismissed. And Madam Clerk, again, that was out of her 2 cases, that was 10917. Okay, Ms. Nickel, your second case is 21 TR 10916. That's a speeding ticket. The offer for you is a withhold of adjudication, which means you're not convicted. You would be ordered to pay a $100 fine plus costs, or we can set it for hearing.
I would like to set that for hearing.
All right, July 21st. Did you hear what I explained to Mr. Edward?
Yes, sir, I did.
So it's either in person or on Zoom. You'll receive notice in advance, okay?
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Magine, I see you're here.
Yes, sir, I am.
But for some reason, your ticket was crossed off. Give me just a second to pull it up and see what's happening.
Okay.
Oh, you entered a conditional plea of no contest.
Yes, sir. I mailed it in, but I wasn't sure it got there in time, so I wanted to be here to make sure that it was handled either way.
Yeah, better be safe than sorry. I appreciate that. Your conditional plea was accepted. So
Okay.
that's a withhold of adjudication, no points, but that also means the case is closed. So there's nothing further for us to do today. I would recommend you contact the clerk of courts to find out from them what your next step is as far as payment, but there's nothing to do today.
Okay. Excellent, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Yes, sir. Thanks for coming anyway.
Have a good day.
You too. Nicole Olmino.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Have you heard?
Good morning.
Did you hear everything I explained earlier?
Yes.
All right. So you understand the purpose of the hearing today?
Yes.
All right. So you've got 2 tickets, and I'll make you an offer in each one. One of them is an improper parking ticket. Madam Clerk, that's the one that ends in 28. You see that one? All right.
Yes.
So that's an improper parking. The offer there is an adjudication of guilt, $100 fine plus costs. I'll make you both offers, and then you tell me if you want to accept them or set them both for hearing. The second ticket is 21 TR 11967. That's a speeding ticket. The offer is an adjudication, $250 fine plus costs and a 4-hour course. So those are the offers which you can accept or set for hearing.
I did an 8-hour course already, and I think I think I can only do one within a year, right? Or no?
Right. Unless it's court ordered.
Okay.
Now you would get points.
I think I received points already. Is there any other option so I can avoid points?
You can go to a hearing and see what happens at the hearing.
I think I need to do that because I have a lot of kids and do a lot of driving for work, so I can't risk getting my license suspended.
All right, Madam Clerk, are we still going to July 21?
We are, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Olmino, did you hear me explain earlier that that may be in person or it may be on Zoom?
That's fine.
Okay, July 21st at 1:30. Thank you, ma'am. Have
Thank
a
you
good
very
day.
much. You
All
too.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, we have Ms. Sotomayor.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Actually, you're on the 9:30 docket, so
Yeah.
I'm happy to take you early, but let me talk to these other folks first, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be with you in just a minute.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I see Richard Viola is here. In case number 21 TR 12485. Mr. Viola, you can unmute. Okay. Mr. Viola, so this is a move over violation. Did you hear me explain the purpose of the hearing earlier?
Yes, I did.
So I'll make you an offer which you can accept or not. You understand that, right?
Yes. So I guess I'm coming through. Okay. This is my very first Zoom.
I can hear you just fine. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
All right. So the offer is a withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction, no points, a $30 fine plus costs.
No conviction, no points, no nothing.
Well, there's a $30 fine plus
There-
cost, but there is no conviction, no points, no school.
Oh. Okay, I'll accept that.
Okay, so ordered. So you know you need to contact the Collier County Clerk of Courts right away to either pay that in full or make a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Viola. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, yes, sir. I have someone listed here as iPhone. Can you unmute? Someone listed as iPhone.
Is it? I think it's me.
I think so. What is your name?
Sterling. I'm on the 9:30 docket as well.
Your name again, please?
Sterling.
Sterling?
Yes.
I don't see a Sterling. What's your full name?
Sterling Andrew Harris.
Madam Clerk, do you see a Sterling? Oh, you're on the 9:30 docket.
Yes. Yes.
All right, I'm going to be with you in just a minute, okay? You can put yourself back on mute. Madam Clerk,
Yes, Judge.
I've got some folks in the waiting room, but right now the only two other people we have in the meeting are on the 9:30 docket. Can you switch over?
I'm currently switching over now, Your Honor.
All right, so let me speak with Maria Sotomayor, 21 TR 12357.
Yes.
And Madam Clerk, you're ready to go for 9:30?
I am ready. Thank you.
Okay, so Ms. Sotomayor, you understand I'll make you an offer. You can accept it or not, right?
Yes. First time on this,
Okay. But do you understand what I've explained so far?
yeah.
All right, so this is a speeding ticket. The offer for you is a withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction, no points. You would be ordered to pay a $200 fine plus court costs. And you have 30 days to pay that or enter into a payment plan. What would you like to do?
I guess that no points you said, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, so ordered. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Okay, back to Mr. Harris. All right, Mr. Harris is here also on the 9:30 docket. This is 21 TR 10631, speeding ticket. Mr. Harris, the offer for you is an adjudication of guilt, which means if you accept the offer, you will get points on your record, a $250 fine plus court costs and a 4-hour course. So you can accept that or we'll set it for hearing.
I want a hearing, please.
All right, Madam Clerk, is it still July 21st?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Harris, did you hear me explain earlier that that hearing might be in person or on Zoom?
Yes, sir.
All right.
If we could try to get it on as the day after I moved to Arkansas.
I don't know if it'll be on Zoom or in person, but you'll get notice in advance, okay?
Awesome. All right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Harris. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, 3 people are in the waiting room. I'll admit them now.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, folks, please put your audio on mute until I call your case. And once everyone is connected and on mute, we will begin. Please put your audio on mute until I call your case. All right, folks, you all are here for traffic court. This is a pre-trial conference docket, and I want to explain what that means. Emphasis on pre-trial. This is not a trial. You'll notice that the police officer who wrote your ticket is not present today. So this is not a trial. I'm not here to determine whether you are guilty or not guilty of the traffic infraction. This is simply an opportunity for you to resolve your case if you want to resolve it without going to a hearing. So when I call your name, I will make you an offer, and then you accept that offer or not. That's the point of the hearing today. You accept the offer or not. You don't have to if you don't want to. Your offer will include a fine and court costs, and I want to explain how that works. Let's say, for example, the fine is $250. Court costs in traffic equal $103. So in this example, $250 fine plus costs, which is $103, would be a total of $353. If you accept that offer, then you have to contact the Collier County Clerk of Courts within 30 days of today's date to do one of two things: to either pay that in full or enter into a payment plan. You can certainly make monthly payments if you want to, but you have to start that payment plan within 30 days of today's date. Your offer might also include driving school. If you're ordered to do driving school, then you do that online. That is not done in person. And you would have to provide a certificate of completion to the Collier clerk within 30 days of today's date. All right, Janet Rosillo. Case number 21TR10482. You can unmute, please. Ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Did you hear everything I just explained?
Yes, sir, I did.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, so I'll make you an offer, and you just tell me if you want to accept it or not. The offer for your speeding ticket is an adjudication of guilt, which means if you accept the offer, you will receive points on your record, a $250 fine plus court costs.
Run that by me again, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. No, that's fine. It's an adjudication of guilt, $250 fine plus costs.
And the points are
You would get points on your record, and you would have 30 days to pay or enter into a payment plan with the clerk.
No, not guilty.
All right. So we will set your case for a hearing on July 21st. Let me explain something to you, Ms. Rosillo, and the two gentlemen who are here as well. As of June 21st, our courthouse is reopening, which means we are doing more dockets in person. So your next court date, Ms. Rosillo, you wanted a hearing. It's on July 21st at 1:30. I know the date and time for sure. What I don't know is whether it will be on Zoom like this or in person. You will get notice in advance that will explain that to you. It will either be on Zoom or in person, but the date and time, July 21st at 1:30. Ms. Rosillo, do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You're free to go. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Jefferson Arenas Gaviria.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Is your last name, is it Arenas Gaviria?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right, I'm trying to find your case. Madam Clerk, do you see him?
I do, Your Honor. He's on the 9:30 docket.
9:30 docket. Can we switch to that docket, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor, we can.
Okay, the first one on the 9:30. Okay, Mr. Arenas Gaviria, did you hear me explain everything so far?
Yes, sir.
So I'll make you an offer which you can accept or not. The offer is an adjudication of guilt, which means if you accept the offer, you do get points on your record, a $150 fine, court costs, and a 4-hour course.
Okay, so I accept the offer that you are giving.
Okay, so you understand, sir, to contact the Collier County Clerk of Courts right away to either pay that or make a payment plan, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right, so ordered. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Mendoza, can you unmute, please? Ernesto Mendoza.
Yes, how's it going, sir?
All right, fine. How are you?
Good.
Madam Clerk, I actually see Mr. Mendoza on the 10 o'clock docket. Can you switch to that one?
If you just give me one moment to switch to that one.
All right.
All right, Your Honor, I'm ready.
Mr. Mendoza, did you hear me explain everything so far?
Yes, I have.
Do you understand everything I've explained?
Yes, sir.
So you know I'm going to make you an offer which you can accept or not, right?
Yes.
All right, your offer on this speeding ticket is an adjudication of guilt, which does mean points on your record if you accept the offer, a $350 fine plus costs in a 4-hour course.
That 4-hour course you said was online?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And if you accept the offer.
Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you accept the offer, then you know you have to contact the Collier clerk right away to make a payment plan. When you're on the phone with them, you can also ask them about websites where you can go to take that course. That's all I was going to say. Do you know what you want to do?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, can you just tell me the court costs also?
Yes, court costs equal 103. Madam Clerk, is that right? Okay, so court costs equal 103.
Okay. By any chance, do you know how many points would be added towards the license?
4.
4. Oh, that's why it's a 4-hour course?
No, those are two different things. It just is coincidence.
Okay.
The course could be 4, 8, or 12. So that's the shortest course. There could be a 4-hour, an 8-hour course, or a 12-hour course. Your offer is for the shortest one, which is a 4-hour course.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and accept the case.
All right. So you know to contact the Collier clerk right away. Okay.
Alrighty, I'll go ahead and give him a call right now.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you still good? Well, we have 3 people in the waiting room. Why don't we let them in? And then I expect we'll get more at 10:30. Good morning, folks. Please put your audio on mute until I call your case. Please put your audio on mute until I call your name. Okay. So I've got 3 people who have just joined the meeting. Let me explain the purpose of the hearing today. This is traffic court. This is a pre-trial conference docket, and I want to emphasize pre-trial. This is not a trial. This is not a hearing. You'll notice that the officer who wrote the ticket is not present. So I'm not here to determine whether you are guilty or not guilty of the traffic ticket. That is not the point of the hearing. The point of the hearing today is for me to make you an offer, and you have an opportunity today to resolve your case without going to a hearing if you want to. So when I call your name, I will make you an offer for your ticket. And then you simply decide whether you want to accept that offer or not. You don't have to accept the offer if you don't want to. Let me explain what the offer will look like as an example. Let's say the offer is a fine of $250 plus court costs. It's important to know that court costs equal 103. So if the offer is $250 plus cost, that's a total of $353. Again, this is just an example. If you were to accept that offer, then you would contact the Collier clerk of court within 30 days of today's date and do one of 2 things: either pay that off in full or enter into a payment plan. You can certainly make monthly payments if you want to, but you have to make that arrangement for the payment plan within 30 days of today's date. Your offer might also include driving school or traffic school, and that can be a 4-hour, 8-hour, or 12-hour course. That is done online. That is not done in person. If you accept the offer, then you have to submit your certificate of completion to the Collier clerk within 30 days of today's date. All right, so I'm going to call your name, and then you take yourself off mute. I'll make you an offer, and you simply tell me if you want to accept it or not. Mr. Mascaro. All right, good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please. Madam Clerk, can you hear me? Can you hear?
Judge, I can hear you.
Can you hear him?
I don't believe he's speaking.
I thought he tried to. Mr. Mascaro, I couldn't hear you. Can you tell me your name? Yeah, we can't hear you. And Madam Clerk, he is on the 9:30 docket.
Yes, Judge.
Is this any better?
That's better, thank you. I have the same problem with my laptop. It doesn't work unless I have the headset on. Okay, Mr. Mascaro, but you were able to hear everything I just explained, right?
Yes, sir, I was.
All right, so the offer for you, which you either accept or not, is an adjudication of guilt, a $300 fine, plus costs, and a 4-hour course. The adjudication means you would be convicted, you would receive points if you accept the offer.
I accept.
So you understand you need to contact the Collier clerk right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
And when you're talking with them about a payment plan or payment, you can also ask them, where do you go? What website can you go to take that course, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so ordered. Thank you, Mr. Mascaro. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too, thanks. Okay, Melina Morales Velasquez.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. Madam Clerk, she's also on the 9:30 docket. Miss Morales Velasquez, did you hear everything I've explained so far?
I did. Yeah, I did.
All right, and do you understand?
Yes.
All right, so the offer for you on your speeding ticket is a withhold of adjudication. That means no conviction, no points. You would be ordered to pay a $250 fine plus costs and a 4-hour course.
Yes, I accept.
All right, so you understand you need to contact the Collier clerk within 30 days to either pay that or make a payment plan, right?
Yep.
Okay, then that's it. Thank you, ma'am, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. All right, we have someone as a phone number ending in 9299. Can you unmute, please? If you're in the meeting listed as a phone number ending in 9299, please unmute. Can you hear me? Hello, who is this,
yes,
please?
I can hear. This is Leon Novak.
Mr. Novak. All right, on the 9:30 docket. Mr. Novak, were you able to hear everything I explained so far?
Yes.
So I'm going to make you an offer, and you understand you can either accept it or not, right?
Right.
Your offer is a withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction, no points. A $60 fine plus court costs.
And that would total how much?
$163.
Okay. And there's no points?
Correct.
So I don't have to go to traffic school?
Also correct.
I will accept.
All right, so ordered, Mr. Novak. Thank you, sir, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Madam Clerk, you good?
Yes, thank you.
So we have one person in the waiting room. It's 9:34. Let's wait till about 9:40 and see who else is here. That way I'll make the opening remarks maybe if I don't want to say just once, but fewer times than otherwise. So I'm going to put myself on mute, stop the video, but I'm not going anywhere, and I'll be back at 9:40, okay?
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ruby, you with me?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
All right. Well, we still only have 2
Okay.
or 3. All right, folks, please put your audio on mute until I call your name. Once you are connected, please put your audio on mute until I call your case. All right, I've got 2 gentlemen who are in the meeting. I've got 1 person who is still attempting to connect to audio. 2 of the 2 gentlemen are here. I've got somebody listed as Galaxy Note 8. I need you to put your audio on mute until I call your name, please. Galaxy Note 8. Can you hear me? Can't hear me. All right. So let's talk to, I've got 1 gentleman here. If you can unmute.
No, estoy aquí, pero a ver si me escucho.
Galaxy Note 8, can you hear me now?
Okay. Gracias.
Okay, so I've got 2 gentlemen who are with me. I've got 1 other person attempting to connect to audio. So just a couple of comments to the 2 gentlemen who are in the meeting. This is a pretrial conference on your traffic ticket. This is not a trial. This is not a hearing. The officer who wrote your ticket is not present. We're not here for me to determine whether you are guilty or not guilty of the ticket. This is simply an opportunity for you to resolve your case without going to a hearing if you want to. When I call your name, I will give you an offer, and then you simply accept that offer or not. You don't have to accept it if you don't want to. That's the point of the hearing today. Your offer will include a fine and costs. Let me explain how that works. As an example, let's say your fine is $250. Court costs equal $103. So $250 fine plus costs equal $353. If you accept that offer, then you have to contact the Collier Clerk of Courts within 30 days to either pay that off in full or to enter into a payment plan. You can make monthly payments if that's what you want to do, but you have to start within 30 days of today's date. Your offer might also include traffic school. Traffic school is done online, not in person. If you accept the offer, then you would take the school online and then submit your certificate of completion to the clerk of court within 30 days of today's date. Okay, Galaxy Note 8, can you unmute, please? Sir, I can't hear you. Looks like you're talking, but I cannot hear you. Can you unmute? All right, I'm going to come back to you. I've got another gentleman here. Can you unmute? Listed as iPhone. Sir, it looks like, I don't know if you're talking to me, sir, but I can't hear you either. All right, so I've got two gentlemen here, iPhone and Galaxy Note 8. I think you're having some connection issues. Shandy Jean Baptiste, can you hear me? Folks, if I can't hear you, then you won't be able to participate in the hearing. If you can hear me, then you might need to log out, sign out of the meeting and try to log back in with computer audio. Otherwise, we cannot have our hearing. And I've got somebody here, Galaxy Note 8. Galaxy Note 8, can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? That sounded like iPhone. Is that you, sir? iPhone, listed as iPhone. Can you hear me? Sir, looks like... Oh. All right, sir, can you hear me? Listed as iPhone. Wearing a black collared shirt. You're walking around, you're holding your phone down near your waist. We're looking up to you. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Okay, folks, if we can't communicate, then we can't have our hearing. If you're having difficulty with your connection, then you need to sign out and log back in. Can anyone hear me? Madam Clerk, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, is that note completely in the view of the video there?
Up a little more. Up. Pull it back a little bit. And up a little more. Perfect. Perfect.
Has anybody logged off?
iPhone looks like he's reading the message and trying to figure it out.
Nothing.
And Galaxy Note is having a hard time. We're getting noise from the iPhone, but I don't think he can hear us, so.
Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna move on.
It's not going.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know what else we can do. I tried to explain that a number of times. I wrote the message to log out and log back in, and hopefully they will try that. In the meantime, I've put those three folks back in the waiting room. We have one other person there. I'll see if that person can connect. Stevens S21, can you hear me? Hello? Stevens S21, you just entered the meeting. Can you hear me? All right, I've asked Stephen twice whether he can hear me, and I've sent him a note to start his video with no response. Stephen's going back in the waiting room. So we have no one else in the meeting with us currently. We have 4 people in the waiting room, all of whom are having connection issues. Our next docket starts at 10, so we're going to be in recess until then to give those folks an opportunity to fix their connection issues and see who else joins us.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
again, I'm not going to leave, but I am going to put myself on mute and turn off the video, okay?
Okay.
All right, see you. All right. So do we have Ruby and Kendra? Kendra and Ruby.
Yes.
All right. Ladies, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let's see who we have. Folks, please put your audio on mute until I call your name.
Hello?
Please put your audio on mute until I call your name.
¿Qué le digo a esta gente?
Dile que no speak English.
No speak English.
Hey, how do you put this on mute? Oh, there.
Folks, I can't get started until everyone is on mute.
Wow, qué rollo este. No speak Spanish. Yes, sir?
Please put your audio on mute. I'll talk to you when I call your case.
No sé qué quiere decir. Llama ahí ahorita te contesto.
Okay, you all are here for a traffic infraction ticket. This is a pretrial conference docket. Emphasis on pretrial. This is not your trial. This is not a hearing. You'll notice the police officer who wrote your ticket is not present. That's not the point of the hearing today. The point of the hearing today is for me to make you an offer, and then you have the opportunity to resolve your ticket without going to a hearing if you want to. So I will make you an offer, and then you simply tell me if you want to accept it or not. If you choose not to accept the offer, then we'll give you a hearing date. Now, let me just explain how the offers work. Your offer likely will include a fine and court costs. So as an example, let's say the fine is $250. Court costs in traffic court equals $103. So if it's a $250 fine plus 103 court costs, the total is $353. If you accept that offer, then you have to contact the Collier clerk within 30 days of today's date to do one of two things: to either pay that in full or to enter into a payment plan. You can certainly make monthly payments, but you have to make the arrangements within 30 days of today's date. Your offer might also include traffic school. If you accept the offer, then you will do a traffic course online. That is not in person, it is online. And you have to submit your certificate of completion to the clerk within 30 days of today's date. All right, remember, please keep your audio on mute until I call your name, and then you can unmute your audio, starting with Sarah. Can you unmute, please?
Hello.
Good morning, Sarah. What is your last name?
Loomis.
Did you say Loomis with an L?
Humis with an H. H-O-U-M-I-S.
Humis. Okay, thank you. Humis. On the 10 o'clock docket, Sarah Humis. Okay, 21 TR 13692. Miss Humis, did you hear everything I explained?
Yes, sir.
And you understand?
Yes.
So I'm going to make you an offer and you simply tell me if you want to accept it or not. You don't have to if you don't want to. Your offer is a withhold of adjudication, so no points, no conviction, a $300 fine, plus court costs and a 4-hour course.
I accept that.
So you're going to contact the clerk right away to make payment plan, right?
Yes.
So ordered. Thank you, Miss Humis. Good luck
Do
to
I
you.
stay on the call?
Say it again, please.
Do I have to stay on the call?
Nope, you're free to sign off.
Thank you very much, sir.
All
You have a good.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have Brianna Alonzo. Can you unmute?
Hi.
Good morning, Miss Alonzo. Also on the 10 o'clock docket. Ma'am, did you hear everything I just explained?
Yes.
And you understand it?
Yes.
All right, so your offer is a withhold of adjudication. Again, no conviction, no points, a $250 fine, plus costs, and a 4-hour course.
I accept.
All right, and you understand you need to contact the clerk right away?
Yes.
Okay, so ordered. Thank you, Miss Alonzo. Have a good day. All right, I have Shandy Jean Baptiste. Can you unmute, please?
Good morning.
Good morning. You're also on the 10 o'clock docket. Did you hear everything I just explained?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll make you an offer which you can accept or not. It's an adjudication of guilt. That means if you accept, you will be convicted and you will receive points on your record, a $400 fine, plus court costs, and a 4-hour course.
I accept.
All right, so ordered. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Bye.
Let's see. I have someone listed as Zoom user. Can you unmute? Looks like you might be at a... Yeah. Okay. What is your name, sir? Zoom user.
Mine?
Yes, sir.
Aramis.
Aramis. What's your full name?
Aramis Conde.
Aramis Conde on the 10 o'clock docket. Did you hear everything I've explained?
Yes, sir.
So you understand I'll make you an offer and you can accept it or not, right?
Yes.
Your offer is an adjudication of guilt, which is a conviction with points on your record, a $500 fine, plus court costs, and an 8-hour driving course.
Yes, sir.
Do you accept?
Yes, I accept.
All right, so contact the Collier clerk right away to make a payment plan, okay?
All right. Thank
Okay,
you,
so
sir.
ordered. Thank you. Have a good day. Pedro Santiago. Mr. Santiago Cruz, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me? What's your name? I cannot hear you. Still can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes, sir. All right. Is it Santiago Cruz?
Yeah.
All right. Sir, did you hear me explain everything earlier?
Yes, sir.
So you know I'll make you an offer, then you tell me if you want to accept it or not, okay?
Yeah.
The offer for you is an adjudication of guilt, which means if you accept the offer, you will be convicted and you do receive points. $350 fine, plus court costs, and a 4-hour course.
Yeah, I accept.
All right, so ordered, and you understand you need to contact the clerk right away to make a payment plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so ordered. Thank you, Mr. Santiago Cruz. Have a good day, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, I have someone here listed as iPhone in a green shirt. Can you unmute? All right, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning. What is your name, please?
Salvador Garcia Garcia.
Mr. Garcia Garcia on the 10 o'clock docket. Did you hear everything I explained so far?
Yes.
So I'll make you an offer and you tell me if you want to accept it or not, okay?
Yes, sir.
The offer for you is an adjudication of guilt, $150 fine plus costs.
Okay, one. Okay.
Say it again, please. I missed that.
Can I need to go to the school for taking my license? So
there's no school. There's no school. The offer is an adjudication of guilt, which means if you accept it, you do receive points and you're ordered to pay a $150 fine plus costs. Or you can set it for hearing. You don't have to accept that offer if you don't want to.
Están celebrando otro juicio.
You accept it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so ordered, Mr. Garcia Garcia. Thank you and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Have a good day. All right, I have someone else here under Galaxy Note 8. Can you unmute? Can you hear me? Galaxy Note 8, can you hear me? How about someone listed as iPhone? It looks like you're working on a car. Can you hear me? iPhone, can you unmute?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right, very good. What is your name, please?
Ronald King.
Mr. King on the 9:30 docket. Mr. King, I'm not sure, were you able to hear everything I've explained so far?
Yes. Yes.
So I'll make you an offer and you simply accept it or not. Completely up to you, okay?
Correct.
The offer for Mr. King is a withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction, no points, a $50 fine plus costs.
Yes, I'll accept it.
Okay, so ordered, Mr. King. Thank you, sir, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Stevens, S21. Can you hear me? Stevens, S21. How about Galaxy Note 8? Can you hear me? Galaxy Note 8. These are two of the individuals who had connection problems earlier. I spoke to them multiple times with no response, held up a sign to the video indicating they need to sign off, sign back on, put them in the waiting room, gave them time to do that, and we're still having the same connection issues. So I'll try once again. Galaxy Note 8, can you hear me? No, I don't think so. There's no response to that. Stevens, S21, can you hear me? No response to that either. Sending both back into the waiting room.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I think Galaxy Note 8 was a Spanish speaker, so I don't know if he's
Well,
understanding or not.
I'm not getting any indication that he's even hearing me. Galaxy Note 8, can you hear me? What is your name? What is your name? I don't know. Back in the waiting room, see if they can figure it out. They'll have to probably log out and try again. In the meantime, we have two other folks in the waiting room. I'll admit them. All right, folks, please keep your audio on mute until I call your name. I'll get started once everybody is connected here. All right, please put your audio on mute until I call your name. All right, you all are here for a pretrial conference on a traffic ticket. That's not a trial, it's a pretrial. So we're not here for me to determine whether you are guilty or not guilty of the traffic ticket. That is not the purpose of the hearing today. The purpose of the hearing today is for me to make you an offer, which you can either accept or not. You certainly do not have to accept the offer if you don't want to. If you choose not to accept the offer, then we'll give you a hearing date. Your offer will include a fine and court costs, and I would want to explain how that works. Let's say, for example, the fine is $250 plus court costs. Court costs equal $103. So a $250 fine plus a 103 court costs equal a total of $353. If you accept that offer, then you have to contact the Collier clerk within 30 days to either pay that off in full or enter into a payment plan. You can make monthly payments if you want to, but you have to start that within 30 days of today's date. Your offer may also include traffic school. You do traffic school online, not in person. And if you accept that as part of your offer, then you have to present or submit the certificate of completion to the clerk within 30 days of today's date. Okay, Guillermo Arrizabalo, you can unmute, please. Good morning, sir. Did you just hear everything I just explained?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand it?
Yes.
All right, so I'll make you an offer and you tell me if you want to accept it or not. Your offer is an adjudication of guilt, which means if you accept the offer, you do receive points on your record, a $300 fine plus costs, and a 4-hour course. Or we can set it for hearing.
Can you repeat that offer again?
Yes, sir, of course. The offer is an adjudication of guilt, $300 fine plus costs, and a 4-hour course.
So do I get the points on my license or not?
Yes, you do get points. You also
Even if
have
I
the
go
option. Sorry, go ahead.
Even if I go to traffic school and everything.
Correct.
All right.
Or we can set it for a hearing.
Yeah, no. All right. I accept the offer.
Okay, so ordered. Just contact the clerk to either pay that or make a payment plan, okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Solomon, can you hear me, sir? Robier Solomon. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Mr. Solomon, can you hear me? If you can hear me, wave to the camera, please. Time for the note, Madam Clerk. Is that all visible?
Yes, you can move it up just a little bit.
Closer or higher?
Higher. There you go. He's reading it.
All right, thank you. I should have brought Steven's S21 back in to read this again too. Is he still with us?
Yes, I think he's still trying to read it. Or figure out how to get out and get back in.
Okay. Mr. Solomon, can you hear me? All right, he's going back in the waiting room. I will bring Steven's S21 back in for the third time to see if he's fixed his connection issues. Steven S21, can you hear me? Steven's S21. No. He's been in 3 times. All right, back to the waiting room. Okay, ladies, 10:18. Let's take a recess until 10:30. And we'll see if anyone else shows up or the 2 gentlemen in the waiting room can fix that problem. And then we've got some FTAs to address. All right, so a break.
Okay.
I'll see you at 10:30.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Well, ladies, you with me?
Yes, Your Honor, we're here.
Okay. Well, we have the same two gentlemen in the waiting room, and that's it. So I'll let both of them back in one final time to see if we can communicate here. Stevens, S21, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Mr. Solomon, can you hear me? I can't hear either one of you. Stevens, S21, can you hear me? Robier Solomon, can you hear me? Okay, so the other, we had, Madam Clerk, we had 4 people total who had connection issues. The other 2 eventually worked them out, right? One was Baptiste and the other one was the gentleman who was the mechanic.
Yes.
These are the only other 2 gentlemen who have had that issue, and we're going to continue their cases. Robier Solomon is here, 21 TR 12640 on the 930 docket. Clearly has connection issues, but we're not going to D6. I know he's making an effort. So we're going to continue this to another morning docket, please.
June 23rd at 10:30.
June 23rd at 10:30.
Yes.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello, who's that?
Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. Stephen Crow, sir?
Stephen Crow on the 9 o'clock docket, 21 TR 3280. Mr. Crow, I'm going to make you an offer on your traffic ticket, and then you can either accept it or not. This is not a hearing. The police officer's not here. We're not here to determine if you're guilty or not. It's just an opportunity for you to resolve your case without coming back to a hearing.
Yes, sir.
So I'll make you the offer, and then you tell me if you want to accept it or not. Your offer is a withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction, no points, a $200 fine plus court costs. Court costs equal 103, so the total is 303. If you accept the offer, you'll have to contact the Collier County Clerk of Courts within 30 days to either pay that or enter into a payment plan if you want to make monthly payments.
That's fine, sir.
You understand the offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept it?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, so ordered. Thank you, Mr. Is it Arthur Vance? I'm sorry, Mr. Crow. Mr. Crow.
Yes. Your Honor, can I make that payment online and get it over?
Madam Clerk, I know he can make contact online. Can he also make a payment online?
I believe.
Maybe he needs to ask. You can call the Collier Clerk of Courts. Just go to their website and call them and ask them that question.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Crow. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All
Appreciate
right,
it, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, that was Mr. Crow. So I'm glad he was able to fix that issue. So we still have Mr. Solomon with his hand up. I see your hand, sir. We just can't hear you. Mr. Solomon? You cannot move a video while someone has their hand raised. I'm not trying to. Mr. Solomon, can you hear me? I'm going to ask him to call Andrea.
Okay. Back a little bit. Oh, there you go.
Are those numbers hard to read?
We can see them. I think he's trying to get a pen and pencil maybe. Or a paper and pen.
My shoulder is getting tired. Call. I don't think he's doing that. All right. We're going to address a couple of the FTAs to give Mr. Solomon a few minutes to call. And if he does that, great. If he does not do that, then we'll continue his case. Okay, so on the 9 o'clock docket, I show 4 cases left, starting with Saquon Arthur Vance.
Oh, and Your Honor,
Yes.
there was that one, I think it was the Galaxy Note individual that was a Spanish speaker. I don't think he came back. But we don't know who.
We don't know who that is.
Mhm.
I have no idea. Well, I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's his obligation to make a connection and appear just as he would in person.
Mhm.
And we gave him multiple opportunities to do that. So we're going to proceed. Mr. Solomon, I don't think it looks like he's making any phone calls. I don't know what to do with the hand up. Raise hand. I see your hand. What do I do about that?
Can you send him a unmute? Or
He's
connect?
not. Well, he's not on mute. So I would do that, but he's not on mute. I've given him a message. Let me see. Maybe he doesn't realize I'm talking to him. Mr. Solomon. Now we've lost video. Okay, let's go back to Arthur Vance, 21 TR 10730. There's a notice to appear in the court file for today's date at 9 o'clock. It's now 10:38. This was mailed to the defendant to the same address that appears on the citation. So he was on notice and he's not here. This is a D6 based on his FTA. The next one actually has counsel, Joshua Fuchs, Fuchs, 21 TR.
I'm sorry, are we doing anything with this one? Just D6?
Just a D6, we're not setting it. And Fuchs will just continue to another morning docket. He's got counsel. I think Mr. Todd probably just never received notice for this hearing.
Okay, and would you like me to go ahead and move him to the private docket?
Please.
Yes, okay. Just give me one moment to do that, Your
That's
Honor.
fine. I'm going to give this note here to Mr. Solomon.
Perfect.
I think I saw him grab a phone. Andrea, if you get a phone call from Mr. Soliman, can you transfer him into 4D, please? The extension here is 1821.
That is at 9 a.m. in Chambers.
Madam Clerk, you good on Mr. Fuchs?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Hello?
I have the gentleman on the line.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, here you go.
Mr. Soliman, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Good, good.
So have you been able to hear me at all or no?
Now I can hear you, but Zoom, no.
Okay, so let me explain the purpose of the hearing today. This is a pretrial conference docket, so this is not a trial. You'll notice the police officer who wrote the ticket is not here. So the purpose of the hearing is not for me to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty of the ticket. That's not why we're here. We're here simply for me to convey an offer to you, which you can either accept or not. You certainly don't have to accept it if you don't want to. If you choose not to accept the offer, then we'll set your case for a hearing and the officer will appear at the hearing. Do you understand all that? All right, so and I'll tell you what your offer is, and then if you have any questions about it, I'll answer those questions, and then you decide to accept it or not. Your offer is a withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction, no points, a $200 fine plus court costs, and a 4-hour course. The 4-hour course is something you do online. That's not in person. Do you have any questions about the offer?
What is the course like? How much is the course charge? Or how can I do the course?
You do the course online. It's on the internet. It's not in person. And I can't tell you, those are private companies that offer the course. I don't know how much they charge. There are some that are cheaper than others. I don't know that. I can tell you the court costs equal 103. So your total would be 200 plus 103. That's 303. If you accept that offer, then you have to contact the clerk within 30 days to either pay that in full or enter into a payment plan. If you want to make monthly payments, then that's fine, but you have to start this month within 30 days.
Is there any way I can do the fees without the course, or I have to do both?
It's both. And that's why you're not being convicted, so you don't get points on your record.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to accept that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Madam Clerk, I know you can't hear Mr. Soliman on the telephone, but were you able to hear the offer I just conveyed to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he did accept that. So that's the sentence from the court. Mr. Soliman, call the Collier County Clerk of Courts right away to make a payment plan. And you can ask them while you're talking to them for some of the websites that you can go to for the class. Okay?
Should I come to the court and pay it there, or should I wait for the letter from the court?
I think you should call the clerk and ask them, what are your payment options? You might not have to physically come in to pay. They have other options for you. But they can tell you that, okay?
Okay, so my total would be 304 and the course for 4 hours.
Yes, sir.
All right, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Soliman. Have a good day. You're free to sign off here.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, so back to our FTAs on the 9 o'clock docket. The next one is Eduardo Solis Castillo, 21 TR 10404. There's a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9, 9 o'clock. It's now 10:43. This was mailed to the defendant. Actually unknown. Well, I certainly can't issue a D6. This is an unknown. I'm not sure, Madam Clerk, was it even mailed? The citation does not have an address on it.
It does not, Your Honor. If you give me one moment, Your Honor.
Okay. And I should say for the record that no one is in the courtroom with me and no one else is in the waiting room.
There's no notes. Okay, so go and search them. Okay, Your Honor, I just verified in Showcase, and it appears that the defendant in this case, he has a criminal case, and he does not have an address on them. I'm checking the second case because it seems like he has two. Let me see.
Two criminal cases?
Correct, Your Honor. And I'm trying to verify if there's anything. Yeah, it just states a homeless general delivery. So we don't have an address for them. And
Well,
the
maybe
citation-
they'll be able to get an address eventually during the course of that criminal proceeding. So I'm not going to D6, but let's continue this maybe a few cycles out to another morning docket, please, pro se.
Okay, Your Honor.
I understand we'll have the same notice issue, but I'm hoping they'll be able to come up with an address at some point during the criminal case.
Correct. Okay, so pro se, Your Honor, a few cycles out. Let me see. Did you want to do in July? Do you
Sure.
think there'll be enough time?
Well, we'll see. It all depends on the criminal cases, whether he can be located.
Okay, Your Honor. We can do July 7th at 9 a.m.
Sure. That works. All right, and the last one on the 9 o'clock docket is Alberto Soriano Toscano, 21 TR 13387. There is a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 9 o'clock. It's 10:46. This was mailed to the defendant and not returned to the same address that's on the citation. Again, no one's in the courtroom, no one's in the waiting room. He was properly noticed. He's not here. This is a D6 based on his FTA. And that completes our 9 o'clock docket. On our 9:30 docket, the first one is Christopher Chavez Magana, 21 TR 13447. There's a notice to appear for today's date at 9:30. It's 10:47. This was mailed to the defendant, same address that appears on the citation. The notice was not returned, so he was properly noticed and he's not here. This is a D6 based on his FTA.
And then just to clarify again, we're not resetting them for any other future court date?
Correct. All right, next on the 9:30 docket is Morgan Hildebrandt. This is 20 TR 25163, reviewing the file for notice. There is a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9 at 9:30. It's 10:48. This was mailed to the defendant. To the same address that appears on the citation. And the notice was not returned. So the defendant was properly noticed and she's not here. D6 based on her FTA. Next on the 9:30 docket is Peter Migliazzo, 21 TR 13493. There's a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9 at 9:30. It's 10:48. This was mailed to the defendant to the same address that appears on the citation, and the notice was not returned. So Mr. Migliazzo was properly noticed and he's not here. D6 based on his FTA. Next is Andrew Smith, 21 TR 13682. Notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 9:30. This was mailed to the defendant, not returned. It's now 10:49. And it was mailed to the same address that appears on the citation. So Mr. Smith was properly noticed. He's not here. D6 based on his FTA. Courtroom is still empty. Waiting room is still empty. Cole Smith, 21 TR 13494. There is well, I could go through this. There is a notice to appear, but it looks like Mr. Smith filed a conditional plea of no contest. This is Cole Michael Smith. Yes, he filed a conditional plea of no contest. Might have, I don't see an order on that, but he might have believed he is not required to appear. His conditional plea, he's pleading no contest. If the court finds that a withhold is not appropriate, then I wish to plead no contest and resolve my case regardless. So I accept his plea of no contest, again, for Mr. Smith, and this is an adjudication of guilt. $250 fine plus costs and a 4-hour course. So there is no D6. He did make an appearance by way of his conditional plea of no contest. Madam Clerk, we good on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, last case on the 9:30 docket is Bernardo Vivanco Cabrera, 21 TR 11633. There is a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9 at 9:30. All of these notices I've referenced include the Zoom login credentials. It's now 10:51. This notice was mailed to the defendant at the same address that appears on the traffic citation, and the notice was not returned. Again, the courtroom is empty, no one else in the waiting room. Mr. Cabrera was properly noticed and he's not here. This is a D6 based on his FTA. And that completes our 9:30 docket. Ladies, we good?
Yes.
All right, moving on to the 10 o'clock docket. I show 4 cases remaining, starting with Deslin Pierre. All right, there is a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9 at 10 o'clock. It's 10:52. The notice does include the Zoom login credentials, and it was mailed to the same address that appears on the citation. The notice was not returned. Defendant was on notice. He's not here. This is a D6 based on her FTA. Next on the 10 o'clock docket is Ray Rubio Rivera, 21 TR 13822. There is a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9 at 10 o'clock. It's 10:52. This was mailed to the defendant. Same address that appears on the citation. The notice was not returned. So he was properly noticed. He's not here. The courtroom and the waiting room are still empty. So this is a D6 based on Mr. Rivera's FTA. Next is Jawan Yancey, 21 TR 13784. There is a notice to appear in the court file for today, 6/9 at 10 o'clock. It's 10:53. This was mailed to the defendant and the notice was not returned. And it was mailed to the same address that appears on the citation. So Mr. Yancey was properly noticed. He's not here. D6 based on his FTA. Last case on the 10 o'clock docket is Bernardo Yellen, 21 TR 13764. There is a notice to appear in the court file for today's date, 6/9 at 10 o'clock. It's 10:54. This notice, like all of the notices, includes the Zoom login credentials. And it was mailed to the same address that appears on the citation. And the notice was not returned. So he was properly noticed and he's not here. D6 based on his FTA. And ladies, I believe that completes our morning docket. Do you show anything else we need to address?
No, Your Honor. I do want to just confirm, if you don't mind, just for me, for my knowledge, when you say we're D6ing them, obviously I already asked, we're not going to continue them and we're not adjudicating them either. We're just leaving them as is with a D6, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. So other than
right.
that, we're all good, Judge.
So I'll see both of you at 1:30.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you then.